It's much more comfortable, that's the first thing. When I use the rubber bands or the Velcro bands, it's sometimes uncomfortable even before you start. And I could get a very even distribution of pressure. So while the straps that I have used in the past have had a numerical reading physically on the band, it wasn't always equal pressure, I could tell. You can learn to adjust that slightly, but this gives you a very comfortable lower pressure if you want, and very even pressure across limbs. So I've used it in a couple different capacities. In early stage rehabilitation, I frequently referred athletes to use KAATSU training. I think even kind of late stage rehabilitation or early stage tendinopathies, I think it's worked really well in terms of expediting the recovery process. Also with musculoskeletal injuries, we seem to get much faster recovery times. We've used it for recovery, and personally I've used it for maintenance of physical qualities when I wasn't able to train either with my normal time frames or with the desired intensity. So at times I've personally been injured, lower back injury, but I wanted to maintain hypertrophy on both limited time commitment as well as an inability to externally load with big barbells because my lower back was hurt. So I experimented with blood flow moderation, and I was able to maintain hypertrophy, maybe even increase it, even though I was training at an intensity that was very low. And when I returned to training fully, I found that I was at or above lower extremity strength than I was prior to the injury. So even though I hadn't seen the same intensities of load, I had worked relatively hard at higher repetitions but a much lower load, preserving the integrity of my back and not risking injury, and I was able to come back well beyond what I should have using the loads that I was using.